How would you program your game when you need to make decisions, like switching weapons? You would need a way to make sure the game knows what weapon is selected, so you can change animations, sounds, etc. The most logical way to do this is by using booleans to check whether weapon 1 is selected or weapon 2, but what if you had 100 weapons in the game? It would take forever, so what if there was an easier way to do this? A system that could keep track of the changes made in the game without using booleans. After learning this trick, you will never go back. So normally you would create a branch and check whether weapon 1 is selected or weapon 2 and so on. You would also need to set the correct statement, like weapon 2 selected equals true, and when you change weapon it would be weapon 1 selected true and weapon 2 selected equals false. So, if you had 100 weapons, you would need to set them all individually. So it would be weapon 99 equals false, weapon 98 false, weapon 97 false, all the way to your desired number. It would take forever. Using this method, we can save ourselves the trouble and speed up our workflow dramatically. So instead of using booleans, we will use a counting system. So weapon 1 equals 1, weapon 2 equals 2, and so on. Instead of creating 100 booleans, we can create just one integer, and using this integer, we can decide what action should be made based on what number the integer is. But how are we going to do this without checking what the integer value is using a boolean? We are going to use the switch on int node. This node, ladies and gentlemen, is such a game changer. And using this, we can execute code based on what number the integer is. So when we press key 2 on our keyboard, weapon 2 will be selected. The integer will be set to number 2, and the rest of the code will be executed. The same thing can be done with all the other numbers. So to summarize this solution, instead of using booleans to check whether something is happening, in this case what weapon is selected, we use a number. We can set this number however we'd like. In this case, I use the keyboard numbers, but you could do the same thing with a weapon wheel, or however you'd like. This trick can be used in any number of ways, like counting how many lives your character has left, how many waves there are in a survival game, or virtually any situation where a lot of booleans are present.